up, y'all? It's me, Erica, and we are down here. Peace, y'all. Take care of each other. Protect your energy. What's up, everybody? It's me, Erica, and we are down here, honey, to talk about what's on the blogs. Let's see what's going on. There's a lot of things I had saved. If you haven't watched the last video, go watch the last video. We had some interesting topics on that video. Go ahead and like, subscribe, comment. Let me know you stopped by.
I sponsor the blog.
Let me tell you something.
Honey, we're down here. Honey, we are down here. All right, let's see. Pastor Dewayne Dawkins recently spoke out about a sex scandal that ruined his life and almost led him to suicide. The husband, father of 3, and 14-year pastor of Praise Tabernacle International in Plantation, Florida, was exposed in March of 2022. Girl, in a video of him engaging in sexual acts with another man, and it was leaked online. Homosexuals. Ooh. Pastor Dawkins, who frequently condemned homosexuality. I mean, isn't that the script? Isn't that how it goes? Condemn it while you participate in it. You dabble a little bit on the weekend, Pastor Dawkins. Pastor Dawkins, who frequently condemned homosexuality from the pulpit, revealed at a Leaders in Training conference in Atlanta that he made contact with a sneaky link. Pastor Dawkins shared that he was aware of his sexual partner was recording, but never thought the video would get leaked. He thought the video would be for the man's personal use. For the first time in my life, I pulled out my life insurance policy, and while church folk laughed at me and friends distanced themselves from me, I was thinking about KILLING myself. And isn't that sad? Isn't that sad that you feel like you have to be eliminated, delete yourself from the earth because you know and you've condemned it and your community around you condemns it, and you can't even live in your truth, so you would rather die? That is the environment that we've created. That's the environment that we've created, where a person would rather die than live in their truth. So you like to have sex with men. There's a lot of men who are running around presenting straight, right? Married with children. That's what I said online the other day, that I've seen niggas with whole families, right? Got the Denali SUV and everything. Trying to, in niggas' DMs, trying to see something. And it's sad that these people can't live in their truths, but we have an environment where we just really, like Thema says, the homophobia is explicit and loud. There's so many men and women who would rather be silent. That's what I was saying the other day. The other day, somebody was talking about how gay men always got something to say about heterosexual relationships because they really want the men. Now, the truth is, they see how the men are treating the women. There would be no logical reason why somebody would want to take heterosexual men from heterosexual women when they see how heterosexual women are treated. Now, there are some who will dabble with the girls who like to condemn homosexuality in public, and then at night sneak over and tiptoe over behind everybody's backyard, behind the fence. We could see your church hat, honey, on the way. Oh yeah, there's some that like to fool around with the DL girls. But the truth is, these people have to sneak around because you have created a culture that says that something is wrong with this. And when you actually say to gay men that they want straight men and that's why they shouldn't speak on heterosexual relationships, when the truth is gay men, for their survival, have had to act like they were straight among straight black men, especially among straight black men. Because straight black men, straight, and I'm using quotations around the word straight black men will kill somebody by being gay or trans. So a lot of people, especially cis gay men, run around acting like they're straight. And when they're acting like they're straight, guess what they're doing? They're sitting in community with these men and they hear the way they speak about the women that they are having sex with. So I would think it would be in your best interest not to assume that these men want your raggedy ass men, but it's actually telling you, girl, these niggas don't like y'all. Not because you think what do we want that for? No, these niggas don't like y'all. We hear them. Y'all be telling gay men to stay in y'all lane. Y'all can't speak on heterosexual relationships. That's a lie. First of all, their parents were heterosexual, one. Two, heterosexuality has been injected and embedded in their head in every single aspect of everything on media and culture. Everything. And so they have to, in order to stay safe, have to sit amongst heterosexual men as they talk, especially in the barbershop, girl. Especially in the barbershop. So gay men move in straight men's spaces unknowingly and hear the way they talk about y'all. So like it would behoove you to actually sit down and listen to gay men when they tell you how these straight niggas feel about y'all. You find out a lot. But in public, here we got these pastors who like a little dick. They see how y'all act crazy and ridiculous over dick. They see it. So they're trying to figure out, well, what is the big deal about dick? Why do these women act a fool over dick and $1? Oh, let's see. I want to see. Let me see something. Then they slide in, get the sneaky links, and they be like, oh, this is what the fuss is about? This is what y'all are risking your lives to get this? Oh, okay, that's what y'all doing? They want to see too. Y'all be acting crazy over dick. They want to know what is the big deal, honey. They want to know. Shout out to Pastor Dawkins. Too bad he felt like he had to kill himself in order to say that I enjoy having sex with men. I mean, he is husband and father of 3. Now, he's cheating. Now, see, if he was cheating with a woman, nobody would have anything to say about it. Nobody would have nothing to say about it. They'd just be like, oh my God, he's cheating on his wife, but girl, you better stay with that man. You know, he's a the same response if he's sleeping with a man or a woman. He's cheating on his wife. That's the main thing. Who'd give a damn who he's sleeping with? He's not honoring his marriage. But the icing on the cake is that this nigga sits in the pulpit and says he is against homosexuals. And he out there doing homosexual activity. Homosexual. Shout out to Terry Joe. Mm-hmm. Where he at? Oh, in Florida. He's not in Atlanta. Baby, every time somebody say they from Atlanta, Terry Joe be like, are you a homosexual? Are you a homosexual? But that's what it is. The truth is, that's the truth. The truth is that these men, there's a lot of things going on. These men want to see what the big deal about the dick is that y'all be acting a fool over. A lot of these men enjoy having sex with other men. And you guys actually follow a religion that tells you that you shouldn't be, but it was actually changed. So that's another conversation for another day. The thing that you're like governing people about, that was actually changed. And it's just unfortunate. It's just unfortunate that people can't just live in their truth. And you got to sneak around and do stuff, but you sneaking around, you married and have children and stuff like that. So this is really a scandal, honey. But it's a lot more where that came from. He ain't the only man, black man out here living a straight life, have a wife and children, pastors, right? Politicians have, I mean, look at Gillum, Andrew Gillum, right? That's in Florida too. You know, they enjoy having sex with men when the time, you know, when it's time to party and stuff, they enjoy it. Y'all enjoy it. So I'm like, I don't understand it. Y'all enjoy it, y'all act a fool about it. Ooh, RHOP Chris Bassett speaks on Giselle Bryant's accusations against him. If she did that for a storyline, that's really sad. I feel sorry for her. If that's the best you have to offer, maybe this isn't your platform. I heard him mention that he doesn't say anything to Giselle when Giselle mentions his penis every chance she gets, on the chances she's had. I heard him say that. So let's listen to what Chris has to say.
To leave to go check. So we get to your room and there's no glam in there. There's nobody in there. You are an adult. And if you're vocal one at that, you have no problem holding back how you feel. So when you open the door and there's nobody in there, and you know that you have this feeling, this thing that you don't like, why didn't you say in that very moment, the second you open the door, oh, there's nobody in here. Hey, you know what? There's nobody here. I don't really feel comfortable talking about this. Can we do this another time? I mean, you asked me to leave to go check and see if they were in. I left immediately then. So I don't know why. Why wouldn't you just say no right then? That's where I'm hung up on. Like, this is an issue that you have, a feeling that you have that I don't know about. Much like I have never told you I'm very uncomfortable with you talking about my penis every season. But you do it. But I've never said anything. So I can't be mad at it because I've never said anything. I'm not going to ask her for an apology. But I've never said anything.
Maybe that's why she was uncomfortable.
But again, if you really felt that way, like you said something to Robin that night, that's what you said. So why didn't you call Candace
immediately? Right. Well, you waited 5 months. We waited till the cameras were up.
2 weeks later, a month later. Why did you wait 5 months until there was a camera rolling to say that?
Well, we know why.
Why?
We know why, Chris.
You know, everybody talks. I don't want to talk about that either. But whatever. She needed a storyline. Yeah. If she did that for a storyline, that's really sad. And I feel sorry for her. If that's the best you have to offer, maybe this isn't your platform.
That's true, because it's the same script. She does the same. She runs the same script. Like, there's no, like, you don't have nothing else to give. You don't have nothing else to offer. You run the same script every season. And he makes a good point, saying you make comments. There would be no way that's one thing I think there's kind of a double standard, but I think we're moving away from those things, because I think women feel like they can openly, and it's a kind of socially acceptable to kind of objectify men, and they're just supposed to take it, right? Because there have been times where she's like says something about his penis, and it's just like you think it's okay in this environment to say this, and no man would be able to say that about Giselle. Like, nobody would be able to make innuendo or anything. No, she's not even making innuendo. It's just very direct about her butt or her vagina, or I wonder, are you shaved down there? None of that would be able to happen, right? It wouldn't be able to happen. It's not acceptable. But there is like this blurred line with women. They do these things, but it's seriously not okay. It's not okay that she says these things and nobody says anything to her. Like, Giselle, stop talking about him. You shouldn't do that. No, and they kind of laugh about it too, right? And it's not funny. It's just not funny. And then Giselle, I don't know. I just feel like she runs the same script every season, and it's just played out. And it just feels like you're a one-trick pony. And I think that speaks to her being able to get by being basic and just literally just on the like, you know, mediocre metro. You know what I'm saying? She doesn't do anything else but mess with people's, and we have evidence in it, and it's like, you sitting in the first seat every season. Why? You have the same script every season. I hope they actually talk about that with her at the reunion. Like, why is it that every season this is the same script that you're running? And then like to just fool with Candace and Chris. And then they said in this live here, Chris was saying something about Giselle being nice. And I'm like, I don't understand what's happening. Like, she's still a nice person? So it's like, that is the reason why you can't come down here and get upset for Chris and get upset for Candace, because one, they're filming a show, but two, to turn around after this woman she's saying things that could affect your real reality, right? But then to like turn around and be like, she's still a nice person. But I don't understand, what are you going by? Like, what are you using as evidence to say that she's a good person when we have all of this evidence where she's trying to like defame your character? And another thing is, I feel like Giselle has like, women have a right not to want to be alone with a man. So it's not Chris, I think any man. And that's what makes it so fucked up, because I think if it were like, she should be clear. Like, if it was any man, it could have been Chris Samuels, it could have been Juan. I don't want to be alone in a room with a man, a married man, period. Or a man, period. Like, that's just, to me, I just feel like everybody knows that you don't do that. And that's her thing. So I don't feel like it's Chris. We know that it's not Chris. She doesn't like that scenario. I'm not going to be anywhere in a room with a man alone, especially a married man. And then on top of her, she has this, thing in her mind that every man wants her. So on top of that, then on top of you always making comments about this man's penis, now you're alone with him. You may have felt a little uncomfortable because you have been inappropriate with this man, and now he's in a room alone with you. And you're like, oh, I didn't talk about this man's penis. Can you open the door? And also then you said that he knew that Cal wasn't there. You didn't know that Cal wasn't there, but you're the one, you sent him to the room and you opened the door. Like he says, you're vocal. You felt uncomfortable. I don't think it's him. It's just any man. And I feel like that needs to be straightened out, because it's putting the burden on him when it's her, how she feels. I think men know to catch cues from women, and, to be like, oh, okay, I shouldn't be in this room alone. Men know too, like, I shouldn't be in a room alone with Giselle. But as soon as you saw that Cal wasn't in there, yourself, that's part of your principles. You don't want to be in a room alone with a man. So as soon as you saw that Cal wasn't in there, you'd be like, okay, well, let's stand in the hall because Cal's not here. I thought Cal was here. And I think everybody would be, I don't think that anybody has a problem with women not feeling comfortable alone with men or wanting to be alone in a room with a married man. I don't feel like anybody is going to be like, that's unreasonable. I think it's unreasonable to put the burden on him when those are your guidelines and principles. So if you have guidelines, principles, and boundaries, it's not up to someone else to maintain those boundaries. It's up to you to maintain those boundaries. So if you walk through the world saying, I don't ever want to be in a room alone with a man or a married man. So if I'm ever presented with this scenario, I know I don't want to participate in that, so I won't. That's not up to him to know that, one, or maintain that, two. And that's just the truth. And it's just kind of messed up that she's doing that, because it's like, why are you doing this again? And why are you putting it like that? And I think it's odd to, like, I think about that sometimes as I'm sitting here, just like in my life, and thinking, is Giselle at home thinking, like, what can I do this season to kind of just like, because every time she leaves the scene, she's not upset. She's not emotionally like it's just like there's no connection there. Like Candace, you sitting in front of Giselle and you start that crying shit, that's another thing. But I know that the crying is because she's angry. It's not because she's sad. And I think because I know that because I cry when I get mad. I cry when I get mad, and you might think, oh, she's feeling no. It's a tornado that is brewing, and the release of the tears is what's really keeping me calm, right? You ever get so mad and you're trying to hold back the tears because you don't want the person to think that you're sad? So you like get this like clump in your throat because you're trying to hold the tears back. No, let them tears flow, because that's actually saving those people. It's saving those people. But we like, okay, Candace, what you crying for? And then Giselle gets up and walks away, and she just has this smirk on her face. And it's like, she's fucking with you, and she's fucking with you. She's not emotionally connected to you, so it doesn't matter to her that you feel hurt, right? You crying, you feeling like, Chris has only been kind to you. Clearly she doesn't care. She doesn't care how you feel. She doesn't care what like creating that scenario the way that she did, knowing that for men that could ruin their reputation and ruin business opportunities and stuff like that. And for her not to make it clear that, this is the reason why people think that women lie, because they create these things like this, and the burden of your boundaries is put on this man, and it's not cool. And I'm down here defending this dude, and we don't do that ever. Like, and I'm just like, but what you're doing is wrong. It's wrong. It's like, fuck, it's kind of fucked up. And for Chris to be like, she's still a nice person, and like, I don't know. It's just like, y'all are fucking weird. Like, I don't know. I don't get it. I don't get it. She's not nice. She's not nice to you. She doesn't like y'all. Y'all claim this sisterhood. Oh, we're sisterhood. It's a sisterhood because we film together. But is that the kind of relationship you want to have with people, where they could like say things about you and kind of affect your real life? Like, is that it? That's sisterhood. Okay. Okay, girl. Okay. Let's see. What else? Let me see. Let me go. What time is it? Okay, so we got a few more minutes. Let's go to Hollywood Unlocked to see what's new. Wendy Williams' son reportedly heartbroken over their strained relationship. Pair hasn't spoken since she left rehab. Yeah, because Kevin Jr. and Kevin Sr. were down there fucking with Wendy's money, and we didn't know who was who. Right. That's what happens when you get the father and the sons that got the same names. A lot of tricky shit can happen. I said it. I remember the video. I was on my way from the dispensary, and y'all, oh, you, Wendy, y'all turned into the my son is my king, mama ass women. Oh yeah, the baby, he wouldn't do nothing. That's Wendy's baby, Wendy, the baby, she loves her baby, and all this other stuff. Every time you start talking that shit, remember Tim Norman. Every single time, remember Tim Norman. Okay? When you start saying, oh no, I don't think Wendy's son would do that to her. What you talking about? It's money involved. Niggas don't damn about their mamas. What you talking about? That's an act. Okay? Let the money get involved, and mama get a little imbalanced in the brain. Honey, they start going down figuring out who's senior and who's junior. He done went an American Express bill, $100,000. We know what they was down there doing, messing with that lady's money. That's the reason why Wells Fargo said absolutely not, because she probably has her son on her accounts, right, as a beneficiary, but the daddy got the same name. So he can really go down here and they can really fuck with this lady's money as little Kevin is the beneficiary. I bet you that's the shit that made them shut that lady's accounts down. Yeah, father and son duo. Yeah. Oh, she wouldn't do the baby, her son is her king. You know she no. Absolutely not. We ain't doing that shit. Girl, I don't put nothing past these. I don't put nothing past them. I ain't reading shit about Kodak Black. NeNe Leakes' boyfriend, Nyonisila Sayo, files to divorce wife who sued over their relationship. NeNe Leakes' boo, Nyonisela or Sila, Sayo, is finally taking steps to officially end his marriage to his estranged wife. According to TMZ, he filed to divorce her, the woman who also sued NeNe over their relationship with their soon-to-be ex-husband, in the docs obtained by the news outlet. He noted that he and her, who got married in 2016, listed their separation date in September 19, 2021. He claimed that their separation was meant to be permanent as they lived separately and did resume marital relations since then. Maybe did not. However, his estranged wife seems to have a different picture painted about their marriage problems. In a lawsuit that she filed against NeNe, she claimed that the reality star was a homewrecker who allegedly slept with her husband and ruined their marriage. It was all NeNe's fault. It was all NeNe's fault. She says this caused her emotional distress and is gunning for more than $100,000 in the suit. Yeah, there's still some states, when this first came out, we were doing a little research, and there are some states in the United States that still allow the wife to sue the mistress and she ruined the marriage. Not the man who had the agreement. Not the man who had the contractual agreement, right? But the woman who invaded your marriage, honey. Invaded. Okay, let's see what else. Oh, Ashley says she's not a colorist. Okay, anyway. Meg Thee Stallion reportedly got a restraining order on her label 1501 and 300. Megan Thee Stallion isn't letting anyone screw her. Okay, Megan Thee Stallion isn't letting anyone screw up her shot at an American Music Award, not even her own label. A Texas judge is backing her up by granting her a restraining order. Megan filed docs to get a restraining order against 1501 Certified Entertainment and her distributor 300 Entertainment. According to the docs, TMZ Hip Hop, Megan claims 1501 made threatening and retaliatory moves to block Megan from using her own music in connection with the American Music Awards, which will be handed out this coming Sunday. Honey, every man that is man and woman, and the women helping these men, every one of y'all, may water be your enemy. Because y'all are awful. Like, what, and it's really sad because people who are creative, they want to, create music and go out and perform. But then you have these people who want to make money off of these creatives and make ways to kind of stiff them out of their money. And it's just been that's why I just don't understand when I hear people, oh, they so-and-so signed a deal with, what are y'all doing? Y'all haven't learned yet. But they make it so appealing, the lure of wealth, to look like, and to come from a culture where the culture is very flamboyant, flashy. Look at me, right? Look at me, look at me, look at me, look at me, look at me. Men and women alike, it is part of the culture. Flamboyant, flashy, look at me. And a lot of the times, a lot of that flash, there's nothing behind it, right? Nothing behind it. It's the perception, right? And then the halo effect is activated. And then you think these people are good people because they have flashy cars and jewelry and stuff like that. And so that is a lure for these. And then advances are lures as well. and they get you in these contracts, and you get happy to sign to have somebody support you so that you can get your music out there, somebody can help you distribute music, and then they want to use you and then block you, and then you're in this crazy ass contract. And I feel like anything over 2 years, like, okay, we're coming back to this contract every 2 years. Y'all signing contracts for 10 years and all this crazy shit where these people now, oh, everything you make, they want a percentage of. That's really bad. And it's sad. And it's really sad. Like I said, everybody who is working against that girl, and everybody helping the people working against that, you're going to wonder in years down the line when that energy that you put out comes like this slowly back and reverberates right back to you. And like, here we come. Here, remember? Remember? Here it is. But that's what it. I don't understand it. She got a restraining order. Good for her. Good for her. Anyways, y'all take care of each other. Protect your energy. Let's get down in the comments. Yeah, let me know what y'all think about the topics. See y'all later. Peace.
Hey, do you ever wonder, like, what is going on? I mean, like, do you ever, like, wake up or do something and you're just like, what the heck is going on?